So, a video or two back, to coincide with the release of the Sonic 3 movie, I thought it'd be fun to take a look at a pretty strange version of fan-favorite character Shadow the Hedgehog, and his appearance in the Sonic Boom TV show. A weird version of Shadow with no pre-existing connections to the backstory stuff that so heavily defined him, causing him to feel just kinda weird. But Shadow wasn't the only older Sonic character retrofitted for this weird spin-off. As I brought up, out of the main 5 Sonic characters who kinda have to be there were 2 others who managed to sneak their way into the Boom continuity. With the first one being kind of a nothing burger, if I'm being honest. Now, I think Metal Sonic's very, very cool, and I wish I had more to say about his appearances in the Boom universe, but there's really nothing to talk about. He pretty much performs the same role as he would in any post-Sonic Heroes lobotomy mainline appearance. He sure does look menacing and fight Sonic a bunch, wow. No, but where the real intrigue lies is with the second of these characters, Vector the Crocodile, the leather-headed music lover who debuted and made his only classic appearance all the way back in Knuckles Chaotix, before finding new life as the outgoing, money-loving leader of the Team Chaotix detective agency in Sonic Heroes, with this appearance pretty much cementing who he would be for the rest of the series. This is where he would also be joined by 2 buddies that would now go on to basically define his existence as a modern Sonic character. Fellow former Knuckles Chaotix members, Espio the Chameleon and Charmy B. Wherever Vector goes, these guys are never too far behind, with only a couple of bits of Sonic media having solo Vector outings that just kinda leave him feeling a little aimless. Like, come on dude, where are the rest of the guys? But, as stated before, Shadow, Metal, and Vector were the only 3 side Sonic characters to make it into Sonic Boom, meaning Vector, in this continuity, is kinda left in a similar spot that Boom Shadow is, having the things that define his character, being Espio and Charmy, not existing here. So I guess that just leaves the question, how did the Sonic Boom show tackle Vector the Crocodile? Well, the answer to that lies in Season 2 of the Sonic Boom TV show, in the episode Vector Detector. It's a real whodunit mystery. Someone stole Amy's hammer, and for once it isn't Eggman, I guess. So of course, to help find it, Team Sonic hire the only detective in town. First of all, let's talk about this redesign, as he's looking pretty different here, giving himself a leather jacket and even having an arm tattoo. Well, you see, the reason they've gone with this weird new redesign is actually to fit with Vector's new characterization. They decided to take Vector's detective shtick, giving it a bit of a trashy reality TV twist, with him having a TV crew following him and filming everything he does for his detective show. I've heard the direct inspiration for the leather jacket tattoo look was Dog the Bounty Hunter, but I'm also getting some vibes from some shit you see on like True TV. Did any of you guys watch True TV? Anyway, this new role for Vector is honestly pretty perfect. Being a bit of a loudmouth, he fits the TV personality role pretty perfectly. Though, sadly, in his drastic redesign, they did have to end up ditching the headphones, which is a shame since that was really the only design element that carried over from his first ever appearance. Like, come on, you could have totally slapped the headphones on there, it would have been fine. Anyway, yeah, Vector is on the case. But of course, a member of Team Sonic is there to back him up as well. Now, you'd think they just have him pair up with Knuckles, like back in the old Sega 32X days. But with Knuckles being just,
I'll catch this hedgehog for ya, but it ain't gonna be easy.
Don't worry, we'll all pitch in.
No, unlike tying my shoes or brushing my teeth, I have to do this without any help.
barely functional enough to be considered sentient life, we instead get him paired up with Sonic the Hedgehog. Now, despite being the named character of the series, usually Sonic and Vector basically never interact, at least in any meaningful way. So having a whole episode with the two interacting is pretty rad. And on top of that, for being a pretty unset dynamic, the one they share is super interesting as well. You kinda sorta acts as a rival to Sonic in a way, but not like in the usual Sonic way where the rival tries to show up Sonic and Sonic, well, Sonics all over them. No, interestingly, Sonic here is a bit of the aggressor in this situation, kinda seeming a bit threatened by Vector's, well, competence at handling things.
I'm looking for clues too, and I can do it 50 times faster than Vector! Nope, nothing. That criminal mastermind left no trace.
And Vector doesn't really choose to engage in Sonic shit like at all either. It isn't until he gets pushed a bit too far as the investigation goes on that he decides to clap back at the Hedgehog, but even then it's not too personal to the guy, as he entrusts Sonic at the end to help him find the real culprit. So yeah, a cool redesign, a reinterpretation that sticks to the character's core while taking him in a cool new direction.
You should probably see an optometrist about that.
And even brand new opportunities to bounce off characters he previously had nothing really going on with. It's looking like Boom Vector is a winner, though unfortunately this would be the only bit we see of Vector in the Boom continuity. Other than a cameo in the series finale and a playable spot in a mobile game, this would be the first and last we really see of the guy, but what can you do, huh? Honestly, this version of Vector just goes to show that maybe the character has more potential than most people think. And maybe even that his dependence on Espio and Charmy being around might be holding him back in some way in the main continuity. But you know, maybe it's fine. I don't really mind if the Chaotix are just kept to doing their own thing. Wouldn't trade them for the world. But let me know what you think in the comments below. And big thanks to my patrons for making all this possible. I'll see you all next time.